you guys to do a couple of strides. Jason, we need to do something over the hurdles, and after you finish the strides, let's get up over the hurdles, okay? Got that.
Sounds good.
I floated what, 3 weeks on float relays.
Yeah, it's first to the third of, well, first to the second of April. Yeah. We get these muscles stretched out, so when you do these striders, you feel very relaxed, able to execute. Super job. Very good. He was here Saturday with Novaline.
How's she doing?
She's doing fine. She was doing some starts out here. He was working a good session to watch.
Noveline's cool.
I asked her
Both
why
of them
she
are in pretty good shape.
I asked her why she wasn't doing indoor shit. It's a lot of spectators who come out and just look at us and ask who we are, and it's great. It's great. I love it. Brooks has been here for a long time. The weather's great. The facilities are great. Great weight room. Great track, and we get work done. This is my office. Coming out of Rio, flying home with my 2 Olympic goals around my neck from the 400 and the 4x4. My coach, Brooke Johnson, behind me with his hat on, smiling, styling, and profiling. Bringing it back here to Disney. I'll be 30 this year, so there's a lot more maturity. There's a lot more fire. I'm hungry. And I just know more about the sport. So I'm ready for this year. Big year, big year. It's crazy because I've always wanted to train with Brooks Johnson, always. I see him at meets. He's at all the meets overseas. I talked to him a lot over the past years, before the race, after the race, but I never got down here to train. Last year was my first year down here, and I ran a personal best off of 92% healthy and 92% of the work that I should have put in, because I didn't start training until later in the season. This year I started a little early. I'm hitting all my phases of training. I'm healthy, and I'm feeling good. Sky's the limit. If you talk to him, he'll say, I'm way ahead of schedule. He's never had an athlete like me, and we're looking forward to being on the top of the podium.
Winning an Olympic medal in and of itself is a huge blessing. So I'll never second guess myself or say that I would trade it for the world. But I still have one more spot, and that one more spot is that motivation that I have every time I come to practice. So if I'd won gold, at such a young age, I think I wouldn't necessarily have the drive that I have in my career right now to keep going. I call him the Oracle of track. 6 degrees of separation. There's nothing that happens in track and field that Brooks does not have some input or some connection to. And so when you participate in track and field and you hear the name Brooks, you're talking of a living encyclopedia. One of the reasons why I've had such a great success going into this year has been just having everything in one place, a one-stop shop for everything that I need to perform as an athlete. And so one thing I definitely will know is any medal that I get, a large portion of that will be going to the idea that ESPN has provided a significant impact in that. What I want to see in Rio is a situation where I cross the line and realize that I have twisted and wrung every level of talent in me in that specific race. I want to be able to feel exhausted knowing that I gave every bit that I have. Whether I win or lose, to know that you've put it out there is more valuable than the outcome. But nobody's crazy enough to say the outcome doesn't matter. So I do want that outcome to eventually lead to having gold and hearing the anthem being played. But the older, I get, the more I realize that it's about the effort, and it makes you appreciate it more. And he reminds us that there's a huge banner, when we drive into this facility that said this is a place where dreams come true. And first thing you have to do is have a dream before it can come true. And I definitely have articulated my dream better the further I get into my career. So I dream of winning gold. I dream of breaking the world record. I dream of becoming, a major player as far as a hurdler in the canon of the sport. Really etching my name into the history books. And I'll do that by, keeping the faith, believing in myself, and listening to the crazy man that I call my coach.
The only thing you have control over is whether or not you're going to be successful. So successful means, as an athlete, are you maximizing your God-given talent given the circumstances in which you are now placed? For me as a coach, the question is, am I doing the best job I can given the fantastic opportunity we have to train here at Disney? Am I getting the most done given the fact that we have almost ideal conditions? I mean, how does it get better than this? Okay, that's why we have people from Germany, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Ireland, Canada, all coming here to train. We live here, but they come here because this is the promised land. So my job is to maximize the productivity of the people that we have here. The whole idea is to take that sign literally, that arch, to take that literally, to help them with their dreams coming true, to really sprinkle around some pixie dust.